Okay, what's going on people? Welcome back to my channel. So I am back on the road again. I'm off to Australia, not Melbourne, I'm flying to Sydney, but yeah, I am off to back to Australia. Return of solo traveling, living out the suitcase and seeing the world. So yeah, back to it. I'm off to Australia as you mentioned. So I'm flying to Sydney, start with Sydney, and we will take it from there. Not entirely sure how I'm going to be out here. I've only booked a one-way flight. So yeah, things could get interesting. I don't know what might happen. I think the general sort of plan is Australia for about 3 to 4 weeks, then head to Bali for about maybe 5 to 7 days, and then Kuala Lumpur, and then Singapore. Again, it is subject to change. Like I said, I've just booked the one-way flight. We'll see what happens. We will see what happens. Looking forward to this trip, documenting it as I go along, as opposed to last year where I did it all at the end. So yeah, stay tuned to see what I get up to. The return of some familiar faces for you guys who you might recognise. And yeah, just a lot of fun, adventures, partying, and just seeing the world and seeing first off how beautiful Australia is and Australian adventures, and yeah, just take it from there. The first question is, why am I going back to Australia? I went obviously last year, but I only managed to do 3 weeks. There was so much I wanted to see, and I felt that I barely scraped the surface of Australia. I'd obviously been to the main cities, but it was very rushed, and there was so much like I hadn't seen. I hadn't been to Whitsundays, I hadn't been to Cairns, there were bits of Melbourne I hadn't really done, etc. Also, I also know a lot of people out there now through uni, through my previous travels. So, and I'm also aware that I'm fortunate to be in a position where I can do this. And also I'm quite aware that my friends who are out here, they're also pretty flexible at the minute. So it was just a perfect time, and I think that if I didn't do it now, I felt like I was going to regret it. Australia last year was some of the best times of my life, and yeah, I've had the rest of the year was amazing. I had some really good times, some bad times obviously, but something just sort of sticks in mind in terms of Australia and that trip, and it was somewhere that I wanted to return to very quickly. I didn't anticipate it being so quick. I just thought, you know what, you never know what might happen with life. And I just thought, you know, I've got a chance to do it. The other thing as well is that obviously after I come back, I'm likely to be very busy. With that, obviously I mentioned in my 2019 review video that I'm meant to be heading back to uni in September. So that means that after uni and stuff, I might not get the chance, do you know what I mean? Those things, because I don't know, I know there's a time span on this. I know there's an expiration date on this, and I know that very soon I'm gonna have to add up full time. But I want to focus a bit more on my career and stuff, but right now the place I'm in, I'm still sort of, like I said, it's still on this sort of journey of self-discovery and self-development, and obviously there's places that I'm fortunate to be able to go to, so I felt I just had to take advantage and do this trip. So yeah, I think that really just sort of sums it up. To be honest with you guys, I was really nervous the last couple of days leading up to this. I don't know why. I think it's because I've not sort of set a time frame on the return. I've got an approximate date of return, but I've never done something where I've literally just booked a one-way flight and just sort of seen what happens. So I was really nervous, I'm going to be bluntly honest with you guys. So that once I get in, I feel fine now. I think once you get the first flight out of the way and stuff, I feel fine, and yeah, again, it's part of the experience, it's part of pushing yourself to do things that are uncomfortable. Let's get this this trip underway. Looking forward to bringing you guys some great content. So yeah, stay tuned, and yeah, so just thought I'd give you an update as well. I'm at obviously Abu Dhabi, and I've already had my first burger of the trip, McDonald's grilled chicken burger. Now, I'm not being funny, but that was one of the best McDonald's burgers I think I've ever had. McDonald's need to bring that to the UK. I'm not sure if I've got a photo, so if I've got a photo, I'll put it up there. But it was so nice, and yeah, so that's how we're going to start the trip with the McDonald's. So yeah, stay tuned, exciting things coming. I will see you guys very soon. Probably next season of me will be in Australia. I'll see you soon.